So the new issue of Blender magazine is coming out. On the cover, by the way, your skin looks fantastic on the cover, Alicia.
Thank you.
I'm looking at the glistening top here.
Nice.
Alicia Keys is on the cover. And I know that there are some things that were in the article that you wanted to clear up and some pretty potent statements here. Where do you want to start with this?
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, good morning. How are you?
I'm tired.
I see. That's okay. Don't worry.
But I'm glad to talk to you.
Definitely. I'm happy to speak to you too. And yes, I did want to clarify some statements because, basically what happened was that I feel that I wasn't 100% clear on what I was saying. And so because of that, it got slightly misinterpreted. And somehow it got misinterpreted that I was saying that the government was created gangster rap.
Yeah, let me
what I was saying.
Let me run through some of the things that were in the magazine, and then you clear this up for us. Alicia Keys with a 6:37 in the morning. So it says here that she responded with this answer after she was asked about what other gangster rappers she likes, and it says here, your quote, I guess, was gangster rap was a ploy to convince black people to kill each other. Gangster rap didn't exist, and then when asked by who, she says the government.
So to clarify that statement was what we were discussing at the interview, and what I was saying was that the term gangster rap was so over sloganized during that time.
Right.
You know what I mean? That that's what I was trying to talk about, that it was so over-sloganized. They over-sloganized this term gangster rap, and that in so many ways, everyday people, as well as the government, could have really done so much more to really obliterate and eradicate of the things that were going on in the communities at that time that forced the artists to discuss and talk about so strongly what they saw, what they lived with every day. So that's what I was talking about. I wasn't, saying that I was a conspiracy theorist, and I wasn't saying that, I'm anti anyone, because that's anybody who knows my character knows that I'm a very positive person, and my only aim is to uplift people and to spread love. And, in fact, there's so many things that I have said in the past that, are super positive about all the things I'm involved with, and all the things that, I try to do to inspire people. And it rarely gets nearly this much attention, and it's a little disappointing. You know what I mean?
Listen. I've talked to you for years, and you're absolutely right. You've always been a very spiritual and positive person, and so I was shocked when I saw some of these quotes. Were you misinterpreted, misquoted? What happened in the interview?
Yeah, I would say misinterpreted, and I would say that, again, you're in an interview for, half an hour, 45 minutes, sometimes even longer, and you're talking about these different thoughts and ideas, and I think that sometimes, there's a way that either I didn't exactly clarify what I meant to the point where he could misinterpret it.
Right.
But I felt that it was misinterpreted. It just didn't get the full accurate vision of what I was trying to say, and it kind of zoned in on a part that, wasn't able to totally tell the whole story of what I was talking about.
There's been a lot of coverage recently in the LA Times about Tupac and Biggie and Diddy and his involvement, and of course they had to apologize to him. There was conversation about Tupac and Biggie in this article as well, and the quote from the magazine about an assassination was, I guess it says, you go on to say that Tupac and Biggie were assassinated, a quote, by the government and the media to stop another great black leader from existing. What do you mean by that?
Okay, again, so that we can clarify what's going on. In regards to Biggie and Tupac, I feel like I'm a big fan of Biggie and Tupac. Yeah. I'm sad that they're not here anymore. I think that I feel like during that time, some people in the media definitely, overall, it was just an over-sensationalized situation. And I think that what happens is when other people are telling the story, and two grown men, as in Pac and Biggie, I don't feel they were really able to communicate with each other and really tell each other what they meant. Instead, it kind of came through different outlets and different people, and it might have gotten misconstrued or misinterpreted, and so therefore all of the information that came back, I feel, got a little bit, led to some negative consequences. So I am not implying, we don't know who killed Biggie and Pac.
Right.
It's sad that we don't still to this day, and it's been over 10 years, that's sad, but I do feel like had more communication been done, between the two men, between the two of them, I feel that they were both more likely than not, that end result would have not happened. And I think we just need more communication. And I think that's exactly what I'm speaking about right now, is the way that your words and your things can sometimes be misinterpreted. So it's important that we clarify it, just like how I'm doing with you right now, so that we can all be on the same page, and you don't have to guess and wonder and think and maybe.
I appreciate that. And I think it's tough when you do a print interview. I mean, I know anytime I do a print interview, I'm always worried about how it's going to come out. And there are certain, when someone does that interview, they sit with you and they really wait and look for that big quote that they can pull out, and the one that's going to be provocative, that they can, make the center of the article. And clearly they did that with some of these quotes and in your interview in Blender, which you probably worked with before, have you not?
You mean Blender?
Yeah. Have you ever been in the magazine before?
A long time ago.
Well, do you regret doing this interview with them?
You know what? I don't regret doing this interview. I do feel that overall the article was actually really a great article. It was merely a line or two that has provoked all of this madness. And I just, the only thing that I do regret is that a negative spin has been put on something that I totally, that wasn't my intention, nor was it my intention to have this kind of a spin on it, because there's so many good things. There was a great article that came out in USA Today. Again, you know what I mean? I think it happens sometimes. I wish that this spin wasn't put on it, and that's why I wanted to clarify, so it's just not coming from one side and wrong.
I think you're very smart to do it. I appreciate you doing it here. And again, I know who you are. I've talked to you for years. I've met you many times. You are a great person. You're a positive person. You make people happy. We love your music, and I think that for the most part, that's the way people think of you. This one little quote, then it gets blown out of proportion, and it's all over the place. Alicia, tell me, when you found out that people were saying that you're this conspiracy theorist, and they were reading these quotes, and you saw that it was going to be a bit of an issue, what did you feel like? And did you reach out to Tupac's mom?
No, actually, I didn't. At first when I was hearing it, I was like, it can't be, no way, because I couldn't believe that it would take on legs like honestly it has. So at first I was just like, no, it's probably just kind of, sometimes things come up in little blogs and, then it goes away.
Right.
But I never thought that it would, be in this way. So nonetheless, the only thing that I felt was that it was important to really make sense of it all and clarify it. I didn't feel uncomfortable. I didn't feel, worried or anything like that. If anything, I think, it's interesting that you bring up Tupac's mom, and I know there's some things that y'all are doing today. But for me, I just think that it's such a testament to such incredible artists that have such an impact on the world, even after they're no longer in this world, still can have such an impact on the world. So, I think that there's a lot to be said just about, having a forum to speak and for us to all open the door to say what's really going on, so that we can get rid of any differences or miscommunications. That's how I felt.
Well said. Now let's talk about some good stuff here. Your U.S. tour kicks off on the 19th, as we talked about, 19th of April, which is just a few days away. So you ready for that?
I am so ready for that, and if you want to see a real revolution, you definitely come see me starting in Hampton, Virginia on the 19th, but we'll be in 30 cities all across America. I'm so excited about the tour. I feel great about it. I'm so ready. I'm gearing up. I guess it's like 3 more days, and we're going to hit it.
I know, yeah. Well, last time I talked to you, you said you were going to rest. Well, guess what? That rest is just about over.
I know. But it's okay, because I feel well rested. I'm ecstatic about what's to come. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing everybody out there with me, and I definitely want to acknowledge all of my fans and my family who continuously support me and just show nothing but love. So
Ellen,
I'm excited.
Ellen, guess. Don't look at any notes down there, but guess how many Grammys she has.
I'm gonna guess 10.
11,
11.
11 and 5 for the debut album.
Nice.
That's incredible. It really is incredible.
You guys are crazy.
What a woman.
Congratulations on all of that. And, of course, As I Am is in stores. Now I'm going to roll this huge hit called No One, 6:46 in the morning. Alicia, thanks for the call, darling.
Much love, y'all. Talk to you soon.
Okay, get ready for the tour, baby. You're on.
Yeah.
It's Kiss FM.